Hi everyone, welcome back. I feel like I've been gone for a very long time. So we're giving Jennifer a little bit of a break. Don't worry, she'll be back soon. As you can see, we have a KFAM staff member joining us here today. We have Janet from our gender-based violence department. Janet, could you introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you for having me here today. I'm a gender-based violence advocate. Our team work with the domestic violence victims, provide them with resources like counseling and support them with the emergency shelters and financial support, and connecting them with the right resources like legal services when they're looking for justice or legal advice. We make sure that they feel like they're not alone, and help is always available for them if they're looking for one.
And as you can tell, we're both wearing purple today. Purple is the color of DVAM, right?
Yes, Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Yeah. So if you've been following us, you probably know October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so our gender-based violence department actually is running a campaign for the month of October in recognition of that awareness. And so they actually, someone made all of these pins, handmade.
Handmade.
And I think there's a contest associated with it, an Instagram photo contest.
They are having one.
Okay. I don't know where you can find more information, but
yeah.
if you come to any of our in-person events, you've probably seen these.
We're giving out keychains as well.
Yeah, I saw the keychain. They look very cute as well. So a lot of our staff actually at Gender-Based Violence is running a 40-hour
Training.
Advocate training, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
About 20 people are joining the training, and there are a lot of good, excellent speakers. So next time when we are having it, please join us.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're definitely interested in becoming an advocate, contact our GBV department and ask, when the next training is going to be. I believe we have them in English and in Korean.
Yes.
So yeah.
This time it's given in Korean. Next time it will be in January in English.
Okay, great. So, and we'll put that up in the chat as far as like how you can contact the GBV department. But today, Janet is joining us so that we can talk about relationships. So it's a very important conversation to have, especially within the realm of domestic violence, I believe. First time Janet is joining us, so a little nervous?
A little bit, yeah. I don't know how we can start this conversation, but it is a very important, crucial conversation that we can have.
Yeah.
It is, we want to talk about domestic violence, the pain of domestic violence, but how it carries through the generation. Even though second generations of immigrants are born here, we still carry that scar in our emotional inheritance. So I want to start with a little story. It's a true story with our client. It's just a very typical first-gen immigrant story. She immigrated to United States to start a really good life with her husband. And they were working really hard to support their family. They had one daughter. But from the beginning, the marriage was really painful. And husband was very violent, physically, verbally, emotionally. But she took it as she just endured that to support her daughter. She was thinking keeping the family together was the first priority for her, not thinking about her safety or her happiness. Only thing she can do to support her daughter, to give her financial stability, staying together within the family was the best thing or only thing that she can do for her daughter. So she stayed in the marriage for a long time, and finally, her daughter grew up to be a really well-disciplined, excelled in school, and she was able to get into a really good top school, university. Then this client finally decided to go ahead and file a divorce, and because she thought that having her being independent, going to college, maybe she can now get out of that marriage. So she thought everything was going well until years later, her daughter graduated from college and she joined the army. And she met someone in the army. They both got married. Her daughter was second gen. But about 2 or 3 years after marriage, her daughter even reported domestic violence from her marriage. So that really, really, that was the recognition of the generational inheritance of emotional domestic violence that continues. So it lingers in our community. And I think we cannot not talk about patriarchy that stays in our culture. And also Han, we cannot translate that into English, but it's enduring suffering that lingers in our genetics. So that really scars our generation and next generation. It goes on and on. So that's one of many cases that we face in our counseling department, and also in many other cases that we have to go through.
So I don't know if you know this within that case that we had with that particular family, but do you know if the mother if there was any signs of domestic abuse prior to marriage, or like prior to having the child, or when did that onset start? I heard she had prior experience of her parents going through it, because that generation went through Korean War, which like militarized, like screaming and being strong means like controlling the family, having them in the order. They thought those were the signs of controlling, making peace in the family. So she had that from her prior generation, and it just carried on through the generation, which is really sad. That's so interesting. And I do see a question here from AHO, I don't know what the AHO 99975. The question is, why do second generation Koreans seem more old-fashioned than Koreans in Korea? Which is so true. I think people assume that if you're born in the United States that you hold on to these like more American values, which I found that is not the case all the time. Is that something?
No, actually, if they immigrate in the 70s, they carry that societal norms, which was very patriarchy at the time. So that carries on to that generation when they immigrated to U.S. in the 70s and 80s and 90s. When Korea is more modernized in their thinking and open-minded, and getting therapy is not as taboo like here. So it's just we, as an immigrant, we just keep our thinking, and we habitual society in the same manner. So I guess that's why we keep the old thinking and old habits of emotional abuse.
Yeah, I think we just, and even though you may have been born here, you are still part of that culture of what your family is a part of, and so whatever they instill in you, that those will be probably your main values as well.
Right, you're always taught that being silent, not talking back to your parents is a good virtue in the family, but having a good communication is the key for the healthy relationship. So that's we have to, and if you cannot do it by yourself, getting therapy is a very good thing for your family, because we go to the gym to have more muscles, but for the emotional strength, we have to go to therapy if you need it, to have more tools, like emotional tools, to have a better conversation.
Yeah, I think that's a long road for us. We'll get there someday, but it is a long, it's years and years of trying to break through that, and so
it is a very long way to go, but it's just our society is changing, even Korean American societies. A lot of people are coming for help and getting therapies. So the clients that I talked about, mother and daughter, they didn't end there. I mean, the suffering was there, the pain was there, but they they came to us, to KFAM, to get therapies and support and found safety, and everything ended up in a new beginning, and there was healing. So all those emotional scar can be generational. It can carry on from generation to another generation. But also seeking help and getting healing through therapy can be also carried into generations as well.
So I guess our topic really today is more about relationships, and not all relationships end in domestic violence, right? But does that mean that all relationships are healthy then, I guess?
No, there's a lot of misconception in having healthy relationship. People say if there's no fight, people think it's healthy, but not really. Because having a good conversation and argument could be really healthy. Having a good, constructive, and respectful conversation can heal problems in the relationships. So our Korean communities, what we really have to look for is having learned to communicate better. We, as parents, it's really hard to show affections. Like we never say "I'm sorry" to children. We often, very seldomly, say "We love you." We're proud of you, like American Western families. So I think learning to communicate better will be a really key for the healthier relationship.
Okay. So I guess I know we're talking about generational, unpacking that generational impact that we can get from our parents and how that can lead into our current relationships. So then what steps can adults take to unlearn those relationships? Because sometimes people don't even know that, they might not know that they were influenced by their parents so much with their current relationship. It's just something that's almost learned.
Reflecting every action that we take could be a first step. Like naming our emotions could be another thing, because we don't know what emotions that we have and how dangerous that can be. So naming it in a psychological matter will be a really important step to go forward.
I wonder if then sometimes, like you said in your story, the mom stayed because of the child to make sure they were taken care of. And so they almost sacrificed themselves for that. I wonder, there's probably still a lot of women in those kind of situations where they will endure because of their child. But then later to see that child go through the same thing.
That's painful.
Yeah. So I wonder if then maybe some women never realize the impact that their own relationship had on their child?
Well, no, I don't think anybody would know they're impacting their children, because they don't really talk about it, but by their action and by their face expression, kids learn through it. And they say, oh, keeping silent, that means harmony, like keeping harmony in the family.
Right.
So speaking out what you're feeling will be a really great thing to teach your children too, for them to have a healthier relationship in the later life. Expressing your emotions in a more calm and constructive way, and having a very positive dynamics in the family by speaking what you're going through would be another step. So.
Yeah, and I know that Patricia actually also mentioned it in previous YouTube lives, where even if you think you're fighting in hiding, kids will know.
Kids will know.
Yeah. So there is kids not knowing what's going on. I think they'll know to a certain extent something's going on. They may not know the full extent. But
from looking at thinking back, my kids, when they were little, when we had a fight with me and my husband, kids would be overly they seem excited. I mean, the atmosphere is really dark. Nobody's talking,
Right.
but they're like overacting.
Yeah.
So I would know that, they're feeling that too. So yeah, kids feel, even though there's no words said, kids would know.
And I know we kind of touched on like mental health, where it is becoming more acceptable in Korea for people to get help for those, getting help for mental health issues and stuff like that. But I think still in Korea, domestic violence is still a little bit more hushed upon. Like they
Right.
really don't talk about that.
It's underreported too, very underreported. But it is, I mean, it's getting better in Korea and also here. So having people be aware of domestic violence like today is a very important thing that we do
Yeah.
for the prevention.
Yeah, so we do have a question in. What are some examples of unhealthy patterns that have been passed down from previous generations?
Unhealthy patterns
Yeah.
would be sacrificing without any, without thinking about their own happiness or safety. They think their sacrificing will lead their children to have better life. But, sacrificing by one side is not healthy. So just not saying what you want or what you're lacking is not always healthy. So you have to communicate. I'm just repeating myself today, but that's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have another comment from Summer. 저는 1.5 세대인데 사실 부모님 세대가 변하긴 쉽지 않은 것 같아요. 맞네요.
맞아요.
맞아요.
그래서 we have to start. Yeah, we have to cut the ties at our generations.
Yeah. I think, and to that point, I definitely think it's harder in Korean American, and I can't speak for other, ethnicities and stuff like that, but I definitely think those ties within the Korean American or just Korean generations is so hard to break.
It is so hard. And it's because we really think our family is important more than any other culture, I think. I don't know. So keeping our family, because we love our family so much, we want to keep it really clean from any problems. That's why we don't talk about the problem, we keep it private. So which brings worse problems. So they say keeping the problems in the family private is only keeping it the problems private, not the people. Keeping it as a secret will not save people. But people, family is made of people, right? So we have to save ourselves and think of each one's well-being.
Yeah. And that is definitely harder to get the older generation to realize.
It's easier being said, but it's so hard to do.
Right.
Older generations, I think getting education on the domestic violence and talking about it. I know it's really hard for us as children to talk about it in front of them, but having them go to the seminars or the training, like 40-hour DV training, would be a really beneficial thing for them.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned like Koreans, do value things such as honor, pride in family, duty, respect, that family harmony. So then how do we still maintain a healthy relationship while still respecting those ideals?
I know it's a really hard question, but it's not like even though we talk about it, we communicate about it, it's not betraying our culture by talking about it. So just having your problems open, but in a more respectful way, in a calm way, having a really good trained dialogue would be a first step to have a better relationship with your parents.
Yeah, I wonder if people, and I can't speak for everyone, but I wonder if people only share those things about their family to other people because they can't talk about it within the family.
That's so true.
Yeah, okay.
It happened to me too.
Not just me.
That happened to me too. So having a good community, like a church setting or like cultural setting, will be a really healthy thing. And we also have a support group. So it's a very non-judgmental space that you can talk about your problems and seeing what others did to solve their problems. And staying in that community would be very, very important to stay healthy in the relationship.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess that's one way of still maintaining that, family harmony without devaluing those kind of things.
Yeah, our culture, keeping our cultures.
Yeah. Okay. And I know you kind of mentioned that Koreans are not very affectionate. I don't know if maybe the newer generations are more affectionate, but...
but we felt love through their soul food, sharing food, and by worrying us constantly, we knew they loved us, right? So I think it can also be shared. The love can be shared through those acts, small acts, by cooking for us, cooking for them, for the children, and also with the little acts of worrying, knowing their interests, kids' interest, and having conversation around it will be another way of showing the interest. But learning to express it, like saying, I love you, and I'm very proud of you. I've been very proud of you, and sorry that I did that. Sorry that I hurt you. It's really hard to say, but once you say it, it just instantly opens up a conversation. So it's just, learning how to communicate.
So then showing your affection in different ways, is that still unhealthy then?
No, it is healthy.
It is healthy.
Yeah, it is healthy.
But what if the child never knows that giving me a bowl of rice is love? How do I...
when they're hungry, giving rice is a show of love. Every act, if it's intentional, if love is attuned to that action, child would know. And we knew when our parents did that to us. So mixture of the culture, mixture of intention of learning what we can do to better our relationship. Yeah, we would know. Even children, little children.
Okay. There is a comment here. 그리고 지난번만 안내 댓글은 한국어로 부탁드립니다. Okay. So we do, and we kind of explained this in the beginning, but we do switch up our YouTube lives in Korean and in English depending on who the host and the speaker is. So I'm very sorry if you joined us on an English YouTube live, but don't worry, we'll come back with the Korean. We just need to give each person a little break. So Jennifer is on a little break, but she'll be back. Don't worry. We'll look into maybe, caption in Korean maybe later, and you can always view it, the recording afterwards. So yeah, check back with us.
Do they want the same subject in Korean?
I'm sure there's probably viewers out there who are more comfortable in Korean, but I think it would be too difficult to do two separate YouTube lives. So we'll just move on. There's another question. Are there any classes or counseling programs for my parents' generation or for second-generation Korean immigrants?
Yes, like 40-hour training that's going on right now. That will give you where to start. And we also have a support group going on all the time. It's called Life Beyond. So you can contact us to GBV department at KFAM. So we are always available to give you all the assistance.
Okay, and there's another question. So do you hold seminars for teens or in English?
Excuse me?
Do we hold seminars for teens? Or, and I'm assuming it's a separate question, do we hold seminars in English?
Seminars, like DB seminars.
They weren't specific.
Yeah,
So
we do different events like having DB seminars and relationship seminars. Also, we do in both languages. We go around to church, different church, to give out seminars, relationship seminars. Our counselors are very qualified and caring. They hold a master's degree in counseling. So if you have any organization that needs those kind of seminars, we are willing to go out there and give seminars because we are very passionate about preventing domestic violence. So we would definitely go out anywhere you want us to.
okay.
But on the site, we always have DV training, 40-hour training, and also seminars, maybe once in 2 months or 3 months, in different forms.
Yeah. So I think from what I've seen throughout our, YouTube lives, whether I've hosted or if Jennifer's hosted, it's always about relationships. Everything that we do is about relationships. Right. And so that healthy relationship is not always a romantic one. It can be the parents with the children. There's all different kinds of relationships that we deal with, friendships,
Right.
coworkers. And I think just learning to build those healthy relationships in all of those aspects, I think is always...
It's always important. And all bad relationship, all abuses start from prior traumas, unhealed traumas. So having any problems that you're having, if you don't have a word to describe it, you have to, it's really nice to seek for help and get counseling because it is really helpful. It will make your emotional muscle healthier.
Yeah, so I guess I think the main takeaway from this is probably don't give up. It could be a long process, but always keep trying to build those healthy relationships. Would you agree? Okay.
Those good habits will go on from generation to generation. Getting help and getting healed can be carried on to another generation as well. So anything bad happened prior, then we stop it here and then we seek help if you cannot do it by yourselves. Help is out there. You're not alone.
That's great. Okay. I mean, that is pretty much, we're close to the end. So always, if you have any questions regarding seminars or classes or anything of that sort, always feel free to reach out to our admin address. I'm sure it's on our website. Always look we always have a calendar of events that's going on at KFM as well on our website, so you can always check out there. We also, if you haven't noticed, we have these Labubus up here. I don't know if those who are watching know what a Labubu is, but they are very popular. I don't know what to call it. It's not really it's a doll, but it's not really a toy. I don't know. It's something very popular with the young tweens, very young tweens these days. And so if you are someone that doesn't know how to get one, or, maybe you need a Christmas present for a child or for a niece or a nephew, we are doing a special raffle giveaway during the month of November. So we'll have the rules up on November 1st on our Instagram page, so go and follow us there. Basically, every dollar you donate, we'll enter you into a raffle, and then we'll draw winners on December 2nd, which is Giving Tuesday. So this is a great way to give back while, having a chance to win a Labubu. We do have 10 of them, and these are the 3 lines that we have. All right, so we are Labubu? Yes, Labubu. 10. These are legitimate Labubus. No Lafufus here. These are all Labubus. So you can always follow us and check us out there. Next month, we are going to be celebrating Adoption Awareness Month. So we'll be back on November 12th with Gina from AFFI. We asked her to come back, and we're going to be talking about adoptions. So again, always, if you found this video helpful, please press that like button and subscribe. But we'll end it here for today. So bye,
Bye.
from KFAM.
Bye from KFAM.